They attacked us, destroyed our cities, sold us pure poison, and humiliate us. As if it wasn't enough, they are killing our people. We will get our revenge, Britons. Hey, do you have a lighter? What is a lighter?
Our journey commences in the mid-1800s, at a time when the illicit opium trade between British-controlled India and China was flourishing, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The Chinese government, grappling with the devastating social consequences of opium addiction, had taken steps to curtail this trade, setting the stage for a renewed confrontation with Western commercial interests. In the wake of the Opium War, China was further torn apart by the Taiping Rebellion, led by Hong Xiuquan. This violent uprising aimed to overthrow the Qing dynasty and establish a utopian Christian-based society, deepening the nation's turmoil. Tensions escalated, leading to the outbreak of the Second Opium War in 1856. This conflict, also known as the Arrow War, was marked by significant developments in naval warfare and the involvement of multiple Western powers. Our journey begins with the First Battle of the Tokka Forts. This battle marked the opening salvo of the Second Opium War as British and French forces launched an attack on the Tokka forts, guarding the entrance to the Peiho River. The intent was to secure access to Beijing and compel Chinese authorities to address a series of grievances. Despite fierce Chinese resistance, the forts were eventually captured. In 1856, the British and French launched the Second Battle of the Tokka Forts, seeking to maintain their control of the forts. This battle culminated in the occupation of the forts once again. The conflict took a significant turn when British and French forces, frustrated by Chinese intransigence, decided to march on Beijing. The Battle of Paluqiao was a significant engagement that occurred along the Peiho River as the Western forces attempted to reach Beijing. Chinese forces launched a determined defense, but they were eventually overcome, and the Western forces continued their advance toward the capital. As they approached Beijing, the Western forces faced the formidable Dragon Forts, Dagu Forts guarding the entrance to the Peiho River. The Battle of the Dagu Forts was a fierce and protracted engagement. British and French forces bombarded the forts from the sea and land, eventually breaching their defenses. The culmination of these efforts led to the occupation of Beijing. The capture of Beijing was a turning point in the Second Opium War. The city fell to British and French forces, and it marked the beginning of negotiations that would lead to the signing of the Treaty of Tientsin. This treaty, signed in 1858, expanded foreign access to China and legalized the opium trade. It also paved the way for the burning of Beijing's magnificent summer palace by British and French forces in 1860. The Treaty of Tientsin, like its predecessor, was not solely about trade concessions. It symbolized China's continued subjugation at the hands of foreign powers, sowing the seeds of internal strife.
The late 19th century saw the self-strengthening movement, an endeavor to blend Chinese tradition with Western technology and knowledge. However, these reforms faced internal resistance and the relentless pressure of foreign powers. The Boxers.
No, not boxers.
Boxer.
No, not boxer.
Boxers.
Yes, that.
The Boxers' Rebellion of 1900, a violent anti-foreign and anti-Christian movement, further underscored China's tumultuous state during this period. That uprising ended with the intervention of other foreign powers, and it weakened even more the Qing dynasty. By 1912, the Qing dynasty had collapsed, marking the end of millennia of imperial rule in China. The First Opium War, as a critical catalyst, had set in motion a sequence of events that led to this seismic change. Today China stands as a global superpower, having undergone a remarkable metamorphosis in the century since the Opium Wars. These conflicts, while painful, galvanized a nation determined to assert itself on the world stage. The Second Opium War is a poignant reminder of the consequences of imperialism, the complexities of international relations, and the enduring spirit of a nation that emerged from the shadows to become a formidable force in the contemporary world. Thank you so much for watching. Please, I'm begging, comment something that you really liked and something that you didn't like, so I can learn to apply in future videos. All the help is appreciated. Bye.